Freshman swung at the first two pitches that she saw last night in the leadoff spot. She finished 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Ella Parker will lead off and play. Will be the DP. Tiare Jennings will bat second at short. There's Jada Coleman in the 3-hole in center field. Alyssa Brito will bat cleanup and play third base. With Cassidy Pickering in the 5-hole, the Sooner right fielder had a double and a triple yesterday, has that season average up to 378. Kinsey Hansen's behind the plate batting 6th. Avery Hodge will bat 7th and play second base, with Alina Torres back in the starting lineup at first base. And Riley Boone gets the start in left field. A pitching matchup involving Kirsten Deal, who is going through her final pregame tosses, and Tamaya Waiters, who the Sooners have hit hard, but she's probably done a little bit of a better job of perplexing things for the Sooners, because what do we say, like 49 miles an hour?
45
miles an hour. Waiters, by the way, 4-3 on the season. Deal 9-1. Those are the starting lineups, brought to you as always by Norman Regional Health, building our community stronger throughout South Central Oklahoma. As Lair Boutte strives to the plate, Destiny McElroy, your Riverwind Casino keys to the game.
I just want to see them stay sharp. We saw them perform pretty well, and we'll keep touching on it again. They've got to score all of the run, or most of the runs that they're given opportunities to score. But stay sharp, and I'd like to see them finish. So stay sharp, finish strong.
Stay sharp, finish strong. Those are our Riverwind Casino keys to the game. And as Kirsten Deal rocks and fires, the first pitch on a Sunday afternoon is a ball a little low and away, 1:05 p.m. with the first pitch. You've been listening to the Sooner Softball pregame show presented by Walden Cleaners and Laundry. The difference is quality. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's a little bit low, too. 1 ball, 1 strike. I will say, for those that like to give me grief for getting on the umpires too much, it was the constant conversation in all of the pregame buildup. 2-0 is pop foul down the left field line. It was number one on the depth chart.
The core play?
The core play, we got a good explanation of it, where they got it right. It's a tough rule, but once the umpire ruled that it was a catch, it essentially becomes a dead ball. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Boutte, swing and a miss, strike 2. It was more about the zone in general this weekend. One unnamed coach said, "I'm about to lose my mind. I don't even know what to do." Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch from the Sooner lefty Deal. Line drive, left field. Boone takes a couple steps back, makes the catch. That's how we started. Game 3 against Houston on a Sunday with a fly out to left, 1 away. Polson Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. Bring you our opponent preview. And obviously it has been a rough weekend for the Houston Cougars, though they got a little momentum late last night as Kennedy Thomas digs in. First pitch to Thomas, inside corner, strike 1. Deal gets the call. Had the home run in the top of the 4th inning yesterday from Jasmine Rollins. They've been outscored 18-2. There's a foul ball by Thomas towards the Sooner dugout. But overall, Kristen Vesley's team, who got, I almost said fat early off a soft schedule, but that's kind of, they were like sitting at 13-0 and everyone's talking about them, but you look back and you realize not the toughest schedule anyone had faced. They come crashing back to earth in Big 12 play. The 0-2 pitch is way up high. But you know this much, they're going to fight. They're not going to tap out. Hope Troutwine is their pitching coach. She also, in a very unique move for pitching coaches, coaches over at first base. Here's the 1-2 to Thomas. Way up.
They took the one from Texas. When they did that, I thought, okay, Houston, yeah.
Then the bottom's kind of dropped out since.
Then Iowa State, they took one.
Cyclones, by the way, got swept this weekend by BYU. Here's the 2-2 pitch, fouled off. What a weird, wild ride it's been out in Ames, Iowa, where they're coming off winning a series against Oklahoma State only to get swept by BYU. Houston, by the way, 23-22 overall in the season, 3-17 in conference play. One of those 3 wins over Texas. 2-2, swing and a miss. Kirsten Deal showing some emotion in the circle. 2 away. Today's weather is brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman. You'll experience everything you love about golf and more. Maybe hoodie weather. A little chilly outside. Out at 58 degrees as the first pitch from Deal to the left-handed hitting Rollin is in for a strike. Will shift upwards in the temperature, reach a high of 64 this afternoon. Winds still out of the north at 14 miles an hour as the 0-1 pitch misses low and in, 1-1. But not super strong. Blowing in, knocking down some balls to right field. Keyword would be some. Trails Golf Club in Norman, where you'll experience everything you love about golf and more. 1-1. Good spot right on that outer edge. Good crowd on a Sunday. Few empty spaces, not many. At least in my vision. The 1-2 pitch, a little low, 2-2.
Kirsten Dill's off to a good start. She performed well against Tulsa. Was that Tuesday night, Wednesday night?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. She did a good job.
No.
4 strikeouts.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Frozer on the inside corner. Inning over. Everyone stands with one finger in the air as Ella Parker strikes to the plate. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first inning as the Sooners get their first chance to get their hacks in against Tamaya Waiters. 4-3 on the season for Waiters. 6.00 ERA. She has pitched in every game now so far this weekend. The right-hander brings it home to Parker and misses outside for ball 1.
She's definitely been the most effective. Just not a ton of speed. It's been, I don't want to say tough, but a little for these OU hitters to find the right timing with her.
Yeah, and in fact, Parker stepped a little bit early as she takes strike 1.
When you're used to seeing pitchers with velocity between 60 to 64, maybe some in the 58s, but you see Waiters and she's only throwing 45 on some pitches. That's a big adjustment you got to make.
Up and away, ball 2. It is, I say this knowing it's truly not, but it is enraging.
Yeah.
How slowly that ball takes to get to the plate. 2-1. Add a little bit more juice. Inside corner, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, it's even a big adjustment going from a pitcher that throws 62 to a pitcher that throws 58. You're going from a pitcher that doesn't throw anywhere near 58, starting at around 56 and bringing it down.
There's a line drive base hit down the left field line. Takes a shot off the wall down the corner and gets enough distance between Boutte, the left fielder, and the ball to allow Parker to roll into second base with a leadoff double. Did that hit off Rollins' glove?
I believe so. It looked like it tipped off her glove, but she was playing behind third.
Here's Tiare Jennings. Runner at second. Jennings looking for career RBI number 300. And she'll get it on a shot deep to center field. Oh, racing back and making the catch is Thomas. They had her played so deep, it looked like it might get to the wall. But Thomas was playing just inside the warning track and makes the catch off a laser from Tiare Jennings. 1 away. Parker tagged up and advanced to third. I thought that was going to be career home run number 90 for a moment.
Tiara's been playing with you, Plank.
She's been messing with me. First pitch to Jada Coleman, low and in for ball one. Jada out last night. You heard Coach confirming that she's not hurt. I think is the best way we can put it.
She is back.
1 ball and no strikes with Parker at third. The pitch up high, 2-0. I will say this, though. Jada had one heck of a Friday night here. Went 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI, including the game-ending RBI. Sooners had to put a couple on the board in the 6th to secure the run rule victory on Friday. Coleman takes the off-speed for strike one.
Jada out last night, snapped a 228-game starting streak.
That's wild. You don't see that very often in this sport. 2 balls and a strike. The pitch to Jada. Low and in, ball 3. Still comes in with a season average of .430. Has drawn 36 walks to just 3 strikeouts this season.
I got home last night and Cody had asked, what was up with Jada? Is she not doing well? I said, she's hitting .430. She's fine.
3-1 is ball 4. Home plate umpire tonight is Kaylee Young. She had been at first last night, third on Friday night, so tonight she's behind the plate. Keith Kearney is over at first today. Michael Parker is at third. First and third here for Brito. First pitch right on that inside corner for strike one. All right, first and third. What do you think Coach Gasso has on the card here?
Something will definitely be going on. I feel like Jada's going to take off from first, kind of slow up on her way to second, and try to draw some attention and give Ella a chance to score.
0-1 is a little bit in. 1 ball and 1 strike. This would be a good pitch to do. There goes Jada Coleman off to second base as the throw goes back to the pitcher. Well, it worked to perfection last night. Make Jada Coleman 5 of 6 on stolen base opportunities now this season. It's a 1-1 pitch to Brito. Off speed is hammered deep to left center field. It hits off the top of the wall, rolls away from Thomas. Parker scores. Coleman scores. Brito ahead for slide into third. It's a 2-run triple. 2-0 Sooners on a ball that left an indention off the top of the wall. I think the Sooners are seeing the off speed a little better. Oh. Hope Troutwine out to the circle. That is the second triple for Alyssa Brito this week. Her 4th on the season. And she should have been out by a mile.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so playing that off the wall is tough, and I feel like it's kind of tough on everybody right now. The padding is so hard still that the ball is playing off, and it's going far. So if your defense isn't lined up to where one is playing at the wall and one's playing pretty far off the wall, you're going to end up having to chase it. But had that throw been on point, Brito would have been out.
Wow. And in fact, Coach Gasso, whenever Brito jumped up, I laughed a bit because Coach gave her a hug, and I think the message might have been, good job, don't do that again.
Yeah.
Because
who sent you?
Because she, and I didn't see if it was Lorenzo, the shortstop, or maybe Aguilar, the second baseman. Whoever caught the relay throw made the worst throw to third I think we've ever seen from short center field. It had Rolland up the left field line somehow. Meeting at the circle is over. Here's Cassidy Pickering. First pitch to Pickering. In the dirt. Another good job by Coleman.
I think the approach here might just be to sit change. Brito was on time with that pitch, and that was coming in maybe 48 max.
Here's the 1-0 up high. Okay, Travis Davidson, great friend of the broadcast, pointed out they've got Pickering listed with a .455 average on the scoreboard. She's hitting on the season .378. I think they're just giving the stats against right-handed hitters. Low and away, 3-0. Obviously, that is to a very macro audience, a very small group that's here in the stadium. But I think we're only seeing the stats against right-handed pitchers. Gives you kind of a unique perspective on things. 3-0 pitch is in for a strike. We got our always first in shout out of the night taken care of, because our friends Don and Mary Lou Pickering already in from Willow Creek, Montana. Cassidy's grandparents always have us locked in. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. So runners at first and third now with one out. And that one out was a rocket to center field. 2-0 Sooners on the 2-run triple from Alyssa Brito. And we're going to have a pitching change. And I'm going to tell you something. Waiters was not waiting. She left the circle and walked right towards the first base line, and she's ready to be done with the Sooners.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, there's no coach that came out.
Nope.
It's almost as if she's
done.
Taking herself out.
Third inning. All right. Warm-ups appear to be completed for Smith. Did not anticipate making a change this quickly, but here we go. Second appearance of the weekend for Smith. She didn't pitch in the Friday game. She inherits runners at first and third and one out. Here's Kinsey Hansen. First pitch to K9 is outside for ball 1. Yeah, and so again, very macro audience here. They have Hansen's season average on the scoreboard at .340. She's hitting .424 this year. 7 home runs for Hansen, but hasn't had one since the Tech series. Squeeze bunt is popped up in the air. Look out, Brito. Get back to the bag. She does. Now off to second goes Pickering because nobody's covering the bag. Hansen asks, do I get a sacrifice for that? Cassidy Pickering has taken a few chances on the base paths this weekend that haven't worked out. That one worked out to perfection. All right, here's the hot-hitting Avery Hodge who digs in. Getting the start at second base today. First pitch to Hodge. Showed squeeze bunt. Jumped out of the way, but takes a ball. Sooners are traveling for what could be the final time this season. We'll see. Thursday to head out to Orlando, Florida for the series with UCF. Way outside with a 1-1 pitch.
It's crazy. I feel like the season kind of flew by.
You know, me too. I tell fans that want to find a good bridge from off-season or from the end of winter into the summer. Here you go. It flies by quickly. I mean, quickly. Here's the 1-1 line foul. And they're good, too, which helps quite a bit. Sooners looking for their 42nd win of the season. And to maintain their spot atop the Big 12. They're up 2-0, but threatening to add more. Here's the 0-2 pitch, or 1-2 pitch to Hodge, who pops it foul. Hodge got the start here last night. Finished 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI. Has a modest 4-game hitting streak going. She waits on the 1-2. Here it comes. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good job again by Coleman behind home plate. Well, it looks like my projection of Kansas potentially getting one from Texas is not looking too good. In the series finale, Texas already up 4-0. They're in the fifth. Now make it 7-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Katie Simmons, as I updated the score, just hit a 3-run home run. Texas has had a 6-run fifth inning, and they lead Kansas 7-0. Here comes the 1-2 pitch again. This ball's popped into shallow right center field. Racing out is the second baseman Aguilar. She'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the Sooners. Here we go to the second. Oklahoma leads Houston 2-0. Along with Destiny McElroy, I'm Chris Plank. Today's game is brought to you, as always, by Love's Travel Stops and our game day sponsor, Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Really fun start to my day. I got a chance to hang out with our boss man, Kelly Collier from SSP. As the first pitch to Cheria Coleman is in for a strike. We had some distinguished guests that we were showing around. And then our buddy Drake Dyken, our engineer on the radio network, brought by the wireless equipment so we can go by and see Coach after the game tonight, which I guess it might help if I started putting this together. So, hey, we got plenty of time, right? We have until the end of the game. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coleman got her first hit of the weekend last night. She fouls this one back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whoever is on the scoreboard today is Lightning McQueen. I mean, this is... Look. Look at this.
No.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Marina Clinton in the house. Or Clifton, excuse me. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 away. Kelly Clifton's mom comes walking into our view, and I suddenly forget there's a game going on. 1 away, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the game. Yeah, it's kind of wild when you think about some of the great memories that were created by that 16 freshman class, and then you look up and you're like, wow, that was 8 years ago.
Crazy.
First pitch, swing and a miss for Shelby Smith for strike 1. And Kirsten Deal, 4 up, 4 down, has struck out 3 of the 4. This is the kind of game where if Kirsten Deal, she misses with the 0-1 up and away. Not just for this year, but also, you know, you start thinking about the SEC in 2025. Kirsten Deal's got to be a difference maker. There's a ball that's fouled off. I know we're only in the top of the second inning with the Sooners up 2-0, but what we've seen over the last few outings has been dynamite.
She has been pretty good, and it's crazy that she's only a sophomore. She's got a lot of time to develop, continue getting better.
1-2 is low. But as Coach Gasso told us, what does she not have? She doesn't have patience. A 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Theo looks in, stares in, brings it home. Cold strike 3 right down Lindsay. That's 4 straight strikeouts, 2 of them looking, 2 away. Here's Bree Cantu. Boy, Houston has the look of a team that's ready to get on the bus.
Yeah, they came out attacking Friday, Saturday's games. They came out aggressive. We're not seeing too much of that tonight. Or today, excuse me.
You're turning into me.
1
calling
o'clock
it tonight.
game.
Hey, this has been one of those series where both games in the first 2 games have been at night. Cantu fouls off the first pitch she sees, strike 1.
And it is a beautiful day.
I know I'm getting into my old man mode whenever one of the first things I'll say during a commercial break is, it's just beautiful outside, isn't it?
It's just so
How
nice.
about this weather? Cantu The Texas transfer, her second season here at Houston, takes the 0-1 pitch low. 2-0 Sooners. As we play on in the top of the second inning. Kirsten Deal looking to make it a quick top of the second, and she pounds the zone for strike two. The crowd comes to life, claps in unison. They want to see a fifth straight Kirsten Deal strikeout. Misses high. Two balls and two strikes. Watching Riley Boone out in left field, playing well off that left field line. Shaded towards right center is Coleman as the 2-2 pitch misses up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, 2 outs. Deal looking to avoid Houston getting its first base runner. The pitch, ball 4.
I want to see her finish there.
Agreed.
So you're trying to climb the ladder and get that hitter to chase. Just too far out of the zone on those.
I'm not saying this to be mean, but Houston has a look of a team that's ready to go, and you punch them out there, and what was the Green Line coach said? We should be on a bus halfway home. First pitch swinging, fouled off from Bethany Aguilar. On the weekend for Aguilar. She started in both games so far. Went 1 for 1 here on Friday night. Had one of the 3 Houston hits. The 0-1 pitch is grounded towards short. Couple hops, Jennings up with it, throws to first, inning over. And the struggles for Aguilar on the weekend continue. She is now just 1 for 4. First pitch to Alina Torres is in for a strike as we start the second inning. Sooner softball presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Today's game broadcast brought to you by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Torres. She takes it low. Alina, last night in the Sooners' 10-2 win, hit in the cleanup spot. She went 0 for 3 but scored a run. Went 2 for 2 with a 3-run home run here on Friday night. 4 runs batted in. Here's the 1-1, a little bit out. 2 balls and a strike. She is demanding to be in the lineup with the way she's hitting the ball, Destiny Martinez.
She has done really well, and it's interesting to see Hodge and Torres together in the lineup.
2-1 pitch is high, ball 3.
Typically see them trying to battle it out for second base, but it's good to see Torres kind of make her way through, and she's been performing really well.
She's looked great. She's looked great.
She's been very clutch in timely situations.
Here's the 3-1 pitch, ball 4. How about that? So Torres reaches base, and that'll put a runner on first for Riley Boone. Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat Play Stay partners. Visit Norman, Cup Pop, Courtyard by Marriott, Midway Deli, Nashburn, and Norman in CED. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Riley Boone as the infield comes in. Cantu in tight at first. Boone lays down a bunt, foul. Where would you be trying to place the ball here with the way that Rollin is defending it at third and Lorenzo at short? Looks like they're really on that left side.
Yeah, they're pinched. They're leaving that middle wide open.
Boone swings and pops one into shallow left field. Racing out is the shortstop Lorenzo, and there's one away. Right idea?
No, Boone's got to find a way to work the dirt you take your legs away when you just send it in the air like that. But they were leaving that gap wide open. She kind of just reached out for an outside pitch that was way off the plate, really.
Here's Ella Parker. Doubled in the first inning, and the first pitch is in for a strike. Saw Ella's dad sporting the anthracite Sooner jersey before the game. At least I think I did. Here's the 1-0. Check swing. 2 balls and no strikes on a pitch up and away. Parker's second hit of the series led the game off for the Sooners. Last multi-hit game came on the final game of the Texas series. Went 2 for 3 in that Sunday tilt. Here's the 1-1 with Torres at first. 1 away, 2-0 Sooners. Big rip, swing and a miss. She had a 6-game hitting streak. Encompassed that Texas Tech series into Baylor in the midweek against UTA. 1-2, she rips this one foul. In that 6-game hitting streak, she had 3 multi-hit games. And even a 5 RBI performance against Baylor.
She's only a freshman.
Unreal. The 1-2 pitch headed home to Parker. Hits it hard to short. This could be 2. Shovels to second for 1 to first. Nope. Aguilar was played so far in the hole at second base towards the first base bag that it took her a second to get there, so Lorenzo had to wait up for her to get to the bag. Parker will reach on the fielder's choice. And here's Tiare. She flied out to deep center field her last time up. Here's the first pitch to the Sooner shortstop. Misses low. We're talking about the continued pursuit of history for Jennings. 1 RBI away from the top 6 all-time in career runs batted in. 1 home run away from the top 6 in career home runs. The 1-0 misses into him. 89 home runs. Needs 1 to tie Stacey Nuveman for 6th on the all-time list. And she is sitting at 299 runs batted in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. A little bit out. 3 balls and no strikes. I've never had more copies of a team's game notes than I have of Houston's. Thank you, Thomas. Those who like to conserve paper are not happy with me this weekend. The 3-0 pitch is low, ball 4, and Jennings will get rid of the Evo shield and the ankle protection and head down to first base on what I have is the 4th walk of the game.
Fans happy to see Jada back in the box.
Yeah, you think. And again, here comes Kristen Vesely and Hope Troutwine to kind of slow things down a bit. Jada hitting .430 on the season. She's a .355 hitter with 2 away. But get this, with runners in scoring position, Coleman is hitting .464 with 35 runs batted in on the season.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It's amazing to see how good she's been. Well, while this meeting continues in the circle, we'll ask if you knew that every dollar you donate to the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation goes directly to research, helping Oklahomans and people everywhere live longer, healthier lives. Learn more about Oklahoma's Medical Research Foundation at omrf.org. Sooner Softball is also brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Store, farm fresh for over 50 years. And when you can't be at the game, Sooner Sports TV has you covered on the air and online at Soonersports.tv. Sooner Sports TV is presented by our cornerstone partners, Anheuser-Busch and OU Health. 2-0 Sooners. Conference is over. OU's got runners at first and second, but 2 outs. Trying to avoid a scoreless half inning here. Coleman walked her first time up. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Jada Coleman. She reached for one and popped it foul off the net. It's wild when you look at the game-by-game stats for Jada Coleman. Just every game, it seems like she finds a way to make an impact in some way, shape, or form. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Reaches again and pokes it foul. Jada has played now in 45 of the 46 Sooner games this season. Went 2 for 4 here on Friday night with a run scored and an RBI. She again fouls this one off.
Yeah, these stats are crazy.
Yeah, it's she had gone through a tough spell. She was 0 for 8 and then got a hit against Tulsa on Tuesday night. And then went 2 for 4 here on Friday night. I think it was actually that stretch of 1 for 11 for a moment. Here's the 0-2 again. She hammers one pretty deep to left field, but racing back, juggling, and dropping in is Butte. Rounding third and heading home is Jennings. She'll score. It's a 2-run mistake in left field by Butte on a hard hit ball by Jada Coleman, and it's 4-0 Sooners. Butte was never comfortable with that from the moment it hit her glove. But that's got to be an error, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that ball, she barely even had to move for it. That was so random how that happened. Just kind of juggling it out of her glove, kind of bounced it around a couple times. Just never could make the play.
Here's Alyssa Brito, first pitch to the Sooner third baseman. Low and away, ball 1. Brito tripled and drove in 2 runs her last time up. That is the 4th triple for Alyssa Brito this season. You might imagine it smashes her career total. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Brito waits. Takes ball 2, a little bit out.
We have seen quite a few triples, I feel like, over the last couple of weeks.
You hadn't seen a lot from Alyssa Brito in her career until this season, and I guess this weekend. Here's the 2-0 pitch headed home to Brito. Big hitters count. She grounds one softly towards short. Up with it is Lorenzo. Throws to first and gets her. The inning is over, but the Sooners add 2 unearned. 4 Houston, nothing. Destiny, what did you make of that in left field from Butte?
Man, that was a mistake that you can't really afford with Jada Coleman in the box, but I don't know. That was kind of weird how that happened. I mean, I feel like she was camped right underneath it, and it just kind of bounced out of her glove. Tried to revive it with her hand and bobbled it there, too. It was tough.
First pitch of the third is a bunt. Charged hard, barehanded by Brito. Throws. They get Lorenzo at first. Oh, Brito, you're smooth. One motion, picks it with her right hand and throws a strike. 1 away.
One heck of a play by Brito. I love how she just barehanded that. You'll see a lot of fielders kind of barehand it and still tap their glove, and she was just able to barehand it, get rid of it. She's got such a strong arm.
Unbelievable. Here is the left-handed hitting Paige Holsey, and the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Dane and Bill are near Dougherty, Oklahoma. Kelly Lyons is driving on Interstate 22 in Mississippi. Williams got us synced up in New Jersey. The 0-1 is a little bit up. C. Mills, Sooner Yaya, Northwest City, Danita Higgs, Prague, Oklahoma. Kevin and Stephanie headed up I-35 on to Topeka while listening to the game. That's my man Kevin in Kansas. Swing and a miss on the 1-1 for strike two. I made a nearly horrific mistake on the gift that Kevin gave us. I left it in the fridge here, and I was afraid when I came back someone was going to snag it.
Still there?
Still there.
Nice.
Thank you, Kevin. Can't wait to try it, man. Here's the 1-2 pitch up high. Zane Jana, Rick checking in for North Huntingdon, Pennsylvania. Nate Dogg's in the house. Redhead Sooners listening on the Turner Turnpike. Papa Wheelie's in Choctaw. And John is in here in Texas. The 1-2, fouled back. I learned something about Joe Fournier and how he syncs us up. It's not just to listen to the broadcast, but as they're going to... Hanson might have taken that foul ball off her arm, so they're giving her a second to recover here. Home plate umpire has been generous with the time. Kayla Young letting Hanson rebound. She's fine. Joe not only listens to the radio broadcast to hear us, but also to hear what music his daughter, Caitlin Fournier, our marketing guru, is playing. He's got a keen ear and a musical heart to make sure that she gets the jams right. Well done, Joe. 1-2 count here to Holsey. Lefty-lefty matchup. She rips it down the right field line. Foul. Well, you Loves is in from Stigler. John and Robin and Ada. Joe Still is in Goldspeed today. Jalen's got us in the ear while grocery shopping in Waco. It's a beautiful, beautiful lost art. Actually going to the store for groceries. Here's the 1-2. Oh, that's a good spot. Just a little bit off the outer edge. 3-2. CD's got us in Hockley, Texas. Aaron in Colorado Springs along with Chelsea. Aaron. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Kirsten Deal, strikeout number 5 on the day, and there's 2 away. How about the Kirsten Deal mix of pitches today?
She is doing so good. She's really been able to find the holes in their swings. Climbing the ladder a little bit, really mixing in some good stuff.
Top of the lineup, Blair Boutte. First pitch to the lefty is grounded to the right side. Hodge gets it, shovels to first. Torres covering, got her. That is a quick 1-2-3 third. Eldorado Hills, we see you in the parking lot. Tuned in to Sooner softball. Cassidy Pickering leads it off at the bottom of the third inning. Sooners 4, Houston nothing. Today's game presented by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. And as always, our presenting sponsor of Sooner softball is Love's Travel Stops. As the pitch misses low and away, ball 1. Cardin is now out in left field for Houston, so Boutte out, Cardin in left field. Can't imagine why they would want to make that change. As the 1-0 pitch misses outside, Boutte will now be the DP.
Got to make those plays.
Pickering walked in her plate appearance in the first. If you're just tuning in, Boutte, a 2-out dropped fly ball in left field that led to 2 Sooner runs. 2-0 pitch is up high. Our man Andrew Shepard lets the people know on the PA this weekend. Here's a 3-0 pitch to the left-handed hitting Sooner right fielder Cassidy Pickering. Not even close, ball 4. So I mentioned they're tuned in the parking lot. How about this story? Our man Big Wink is listening to the broadcast in his truck across the street with his daughter who wasn't feeling well.
Oh.
His wife and oldest daughter are here in the stadium watching the game.
Aw.
Ultimate dad move.
Well, I hope she starts to feel better.
She gets better. Maybe she can rally and get in here. Here's Kinsey Hansen. First pitch to K9 is low and in, ball 1. Kinsey popped out to first base And we're going to have a trip to the circle here from Cheria Coleman. Mara's parents, Jay and Maggie, have us tuned in on the way home from Norman. The Carwells are in New Hampshire. Mark and Carolyn. Mama T in Manford. Shan, the Kitches. Miss R has us tuned in the stadium. Joel out in Rogersville. Paige Cole checking in from Tulsa. Lee and Connie watching in East Texas. 1 ball and no strikes to Kinsey Hansen. The pitch headed home. Ground ball back up the middle, through into center field. It's a base hit. Pickering stopped at second. Now, after it was bobbled in center, she thought about going. Instead, will stay there. And it's a single by Kinsey Hansen. Here comes Avery Hodge, but not before we pause. 10 seconds for station ID. This is Sooner Softball from Lear.
ABC Del City, a product of Tyler Mead, powered by Parrish Devon, official personal injury lawyers of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Visit pepperwinds.com.
The single by Hansen is the 3rd hit of the game for the Sooners. They lead at 4-zip as Hodge comes to the plate with runners at first and second and nobody out. First pitch shows bunt, takes the ball way outside. Rowland was charging down the line. Cantu as well at first. Rowland over at third, Cantu at first. Patty Gasso at the front of the third base coach's box barks out instructions towards Avery Hodge. Open stance for the left-handed hitting second baseman. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swings and fouls it off. So our buddy Shane Sanders had checked in. Kevin Goodmiller with the question, how many runners has OU left on base this series? Well, it was 20 in the first 2 games combined, 3 so far here today. 1-1 pitch to Hodge. Swing and a miss. Boy, she really chased one.
Not a good pitch to swing at.
And Avery's behind on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. But to this moment, it's me knocking on wood, OU has not struck out this weekend.
Back to the runners left on. Sooners have scored 381 runs this season.
Fouled off there on the 1-2.
They've left 301 on base this season.
Seems like a relatively high number.
I mean, that's a big deal. And, I mean, they have good at-bats. That's not to say that all of those should have been scored, but I'd say at least half. Got to get them in.
Here's the 1-2 to Hodge. It's in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Four nothing Sooners. Nobody out, runners at first and second. It's a 2-2 count. As Hodge waits, the pitch. Fouled off again. McAllister is checked in. Joseph Ledford and McAllister. I saw my man, the mayor of Medill, Brandon Jacks, Teresa Moore. In Norman, the Roughs on I-35 driving back to Belton, Texas. They've got us synced up in Stigler. Caleb and Isaac are listening at Ezra's birthday party in Walters, Oklahoma. Here's the 2-2. Almost hit her, and it's called strike 3. Well, that's the first strikeout of a Sooner this weekend, and it came on a pitch that had painted the inside corner. As Hodge had stepped into it, it nearly caught her, but unfortunately for Hodge, it caught the inside corner. 1 away. Here's Torres. 0 for 1 with a walk. Pardon me, only plate appearance is a walk. First pitch, strike 1. I think what's become my favorite thing in the third inning shout-outs is seeing so many of you that are tuned in when you come to the game. Thank you so much. I want to work on getting it where you can have the radio broadcast in the concourse. That's what's next. And now in the outfield. Here's the 0-1. Torres reached for 1 and fouled it back. 0-2. Almost like there was a hit and run on with the way that she attacked that pitch. There was not.
They need to just put you on the PA. You do all the announcing.
Coach Gasso would get so mad. She would be so, and I'd get kicked out of every game for complaining about the umpires. Here's the 0-2. Torres pokes it foul down the right field line.
Now that would be some entertainment.
I had a buddy of mine, Tyler McComas, said he turned on the car Friday night and he heard when I was angry on the 1-2 pitch, and I said the pitch, and all I responded with was, "What are we doing, dude?" That was a rough weekend for the home plate umpires. The 0-2 pitch is hit well and deep to right field, but racing over to make the catch in the gap is Holsey. Tagging and heading to third is Pickering. Torres gave it a ride, but Holsey made the catch just short of the warning track in right field. And there's 2 away for Riley Boone, who said this generation's music was not made for me when we asked her why she goes with blue suede shoes. She's a big Elvis fan, listened to it with her grandpa when she was growing up. First and third, 2 outs. Hanson at first, Pickering had tagged on the fly ball, is standing at third. Boone's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch, check swing, but that ball caught the lower edge of the zone for strike 1.
I'm shocked Kinsey didn't take advantage of that throw and get herself to second base on that. When Pickering tagged from second going to third, we saw the throw come in from Holsey in right field all the way to third. Kinsey had time.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Boone. Showed bunt, pulled back just in time. A double check with a third base umpire who says no. 4-0 Sooners. 2 outs. Let's see if Boone can keep those deuces wild on the scoreboard. The Sooners have scored 2 every inning so far. Here's the 1-1. Popped up. A mile high on the infield. Cantu calls off everyone, makes the catch, and the Sooners make a little noise to start the third, but go quietly. Here we go to the 4th. Oklahoma 4, Houston nothing, along with Destiny McElroy. I'm Chris Plank. First scoreless half inning for the Sooners here today. And Houston will have its 2, 3, and 4 hitters, with Kennedy Thomas leading things off. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Back to work for Kirsten Deal. First pitch, a little bit up, ball 1. Only base runner for Houston has been a walk. That gives Cantu with 2 outs in the second inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch from Deal. Ooh, a little low, 2-0. Interesting developments in the middle of the pack in the Big 12 this weekend. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike. Texas has swept its series from Kansas. They won today 7-0. But Baylor has won their series over UCF. They won their early game today 1-0, and they lead in the bottom of the 5th of the third game 1-0.
That was the 9:30 a.m. start.
2-1 pitch misses low 3. 9:30 a.m. first pitch. We've had a couple of 9:30 first pitches, but it's been West Coast time. 3-1 is in for a strike, 3-2. Now that second game, by the way, is still scoreless between UCF and Baylor, but here comes the 3-2 pitch. Line drive, leaping, making the catch. It's short as Jennings. 1 away. Here's Jasmine Rollin. Double check. This is D1 softball's playing with my mind here. They have 2 different 1-0 scores for 2 different games. Left-handed hitting Jasmine Rollin, a strikeout victim in the first. She bats here with nobody on and 1 out. First pitch swinging, fouls it back, out of play. That hit off the top of the overhang here at Loves Field. Feels like fans are getting a little bit more comfortable. Loves Field. Team is the indoor hitting area is, I don't ever want to say anything's completed, but they can use it.
They can use it.
The 0-1 is up and away. In fact, this was the first home weekend that both teams were able to take batting practice, as Kenzie Hansen's going to jog out and chat with Kirsten Deal.
In the new facility?
Yep. In the new facility and here at Loves Field. First time the Sooners took batting practice at Loves Field before a game was Tuesday night in the win over Tulsa. Before the game, I was with distinguished members of the Sooner Nation like Kelly Collier, and we went down there and we were looking at the indoor, and the cages are done. It's really cool. May 15th looks to be a date whenever they hope everyone can move in here. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Whatever Hansen said worked. A ball and 2 strikes.
They're thinking all the rooms down there will be done and everything?
That's the rumor.
Wow.
At least livable.
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful. So well-deserved from Coach Gasso.
World-class softball facility. World-class facility, period. 1-2 is up high, 2-2.
Talking to Jenny Love yesterday, we were just talking about how much this program has developed over the years and how it's so crazy to see just the changes in going from Reeves Field to Marita Hines to now Loves Field and just all the developments.
Swing and a miss. Kirsten Deal, strikeout number 6. Strikeouts brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest credit union, 2 away. And I think we had a moment where she forgave me, too, for introducing her as Judy Love to somebody. I went into fight or flight as soon as I did that, and I looked at her, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Here's Taria Coleman.
When you were telling her that story yesterday, I said, Chris can't sleep at night.
Yeah, it's bad. Strike one. My buddy, Mike Stewart, pastor at First Baptist Church of Washington, I was giving him the tour, and I'm like, and this is the woman that made it all possible, Judy Love.
Whoops.
And we all kind of looked at each other. The 0-1 pitch is low, ball 1. Really cool to see Gabe Eichert and Caroline Eichert and the 2 Eichert boys here yesterday. His first trip that they got to make, part of the Loves family that made this possible. Here's the 1-1 to Taria Coleman. It's up high.
Yeah, Gabe's always been a big softball fan.
And he was on snack delivery, too.
He was. So generous.
Listen, I had a new mom that was hungry in here. We're not going to mess
We
around.
needed some popcorn.
We're going to get you some popcorn.
Appreciate that.
Here's the 2-1 pitch in this lefty-lefty matchup from Deal. Grounded foul down the first base line. Sooners up 4-zip. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 4 runs on just 3 hits, but the secret weapon for the Sooners today has been the walk. Oklahoma has drawn so far today 5 walks. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Coleman takes ball 3, just a little out. So that means on the weekend now in 3 games, the Sooners hitters have drawn 17 walks in these 3 games. Here's a 3-2 to Coleman. Grounded back to Deal. What a play! Throws to first. Inning over. Ella Parker will lead things off. First pitch in the bottom of the 4th inning with OU up 4-zip, headed home. Smith. Hard hit ball towards short, under the glove of Lorenzo into center field.
I mean, she wanted nothing to do with that hit at all. Right off the bat, she kind of took a couple steps back. Looked like she was trying to get a read on it, but you got to charge in and attack a ball like that.
I've had an unpopular opinion for a couple of innings now. I feel like Houston's ready to go home.
I think that's pretty popular, Blake.
Here is T.R.A. Jennings, who has walked, scored a run, flied out. She is 0 for 1. First pitch to Jennings is popped up. Shallow left field. Racing out as Lorenzo, the shortstop, makes the catch. Quickly back to first is Parker, and there's one away. I mentioned the weird day that it was in the Big 12 in the middle of the pack. UCF and Baylor were playing 2 games today as Jada Coleman digs in. Here's the first pitch to the Sooner center fielder. Headed home. Out, ball 1. We'll be on our way to Orlando next week to play UCF. Much better team at home than they've been on the road this year. Baylor is about to sweep that series. Those scores were correct. They won the Friday game 2-1. Won the first game this morning 1-0. As the 1-0 pitch is headed home from Smith. Coleman shows bunt, takes ball 2. And Baylor, now headed to the 7th inning, is 3 outs away from a sweep. Make this conference make sense from about 5 down. Well, even with what Oklahoma State did last weekend in Ames. That'll shake up the standings a bit.
I feel like standings in all the conferences are kind of crazy right now.
The 2-0 check swing. Coleman takes ball 3. Oklahoma State is up in the bottom of the 3rd, 5-0 over Texas Tech. Cowgirls about to sweep that series. As the 3-0 pitch to Jada Coleman is headed home. Ball 4. Maybe in the post-game show we'll be able to do some work and figure out exactly what the matchups might look like with only 2 regular season series left before the Big 12 tournament. Sooners still control its own destiny to win a Big 12 title. 7 games remaining in the regular season. First and second for Brito. Go ahead, Destiny.
No, we had one
pitch low. Ooh, called strike on a pitch that looked a little low.
Fun fact come in when we were playing Tulsa that if the Sooners lose all 9, now 6 remaining conference games, they would still have less losses than Baylor, BYU, and Houston if all 3 don't lose another conference game.
Wow. Here's the 0-1. Brito checked her swing on a pitch, and they confirmed that she checked her swing on a pitch that was a little bit out. Texas Tech has put a couple on the board. Abby Orrick hit a 2-run homer. That game is now 6-2 in the top of the 4th inning. Cowgirls lead it. The 1-1 to Brito. Inside, ball pops out of the glove of Coleman, but rolls slowly out in front of her.
That OSU Bedlam series is going to be exciting. It's going to be
If you got a ticket, you better be here. And if you don't, make sure somebody
better tune in.
Somebody, not wearing orange gets it. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Brito. Low and away. Brito has a triple. That was a first-inning triple that drove in 2 runs. Grounded out to short in the second. She bats here with runners at first and second. 1 out. Sooners up 4-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. Pickering waits on deck. The 3-1 pitch from Smith. Brings it home. Grounded foul past Coach Gasso. Ooh, that didn't get past Coach Gasso. That went in the first entry to the dugout. Everyone looks to be okay.
Still learning the field.
Maya Bland had to do a little dance to get out of the way of that. Here comes the 3-2 pitch now to Brito. Will the runners be going? They aren't. Brito rips it foul down the third baseline.
Will there be Bedlam matchups still, even though we're in the SEC?
Baseball has confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah, baseball has confirmed they're going to play next year in some midweeks. I think they're trying to work it out in basketball, I don't think I've asked Coach Gasso about it. Maybe we'll do that next week. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Brito skies it to center field. Shallow center field, falling fast, but racing in to make the catch is Thomas. They had They had Coleman doubled off first base if they wanted. I think Jada thought that Thomas might not get to that. She did, and she made the catch. Now that I say Thomas out in center field, Houston is actually, they've shifted into center field here this half inning. Wilkins, who is coming to play center, so adjust accordingly. There's 2 away for Pickering. 4-0 Sooners. Pickering takes a ball low and away. So Wilkins is in center, Holsey's in right, Cardin's in left. Infield remains the same with Rollin at third, Lorenzo at short, Aguilar at second, Cantu at first. 0 in, ball 2 to Deal, or excuse me, to Pickering, who has made 2 plate appearances and has walked both times and has been stranded at second both times. Hit a double and a triple here yesterday. Has 2 of the 6 drawn walks for the Sooners. And she takes strike 1.
I don't like that pitch.
Pitch that looked like ball 3.
Yeah, I don't like that pitch. Little too up and out.
Parker's at second. Coleman's at first. Sooners looking to avoid another goose egg in the run column this inning. 2-1 way outside, ball 3. Hansen waits on deck.
Smith struggling to find the strike zone here. 4 straight ball walk to Coleman.
Here's the 3-1 pitch to the Sooner freshman. Ball 4, bases loaded. This might draw a trip to the circle from Hope Troutwine. Indeed it will. Hope came out calling for time and was calling for it from both umpires. She had her arms out holding up the dime side into both the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners: Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, The Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Boomerang Diner, Schwab Meat, and Uber Eats. While the meeting at the Circle continues, people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas are on the job 24/7, producing the energy to fuel modern life. They're also voluntarily restoring thousands of acres of land, over 20,000 orphan wells today, plus contributing millions to our state schools each year. Hear all their stories at oerb.com/micro. And log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Sooner Junior Kids Club. Presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Orthodontics exclusively, Mathis Home and Devon Energy. Bases loaded for Kinsey Hansen. What do you think the message was from Hope Troutwine there, Destiny?
Just keep the ball in the yard. You've got to be able to let your defense defend this ball. Keep the ball down. I mean, with one swing of the bat, the game could be over.
Pickering at first, Coleman at second, Parker at third. Hansen's 1 for 2. 4-0 Sooners. First pitch, K9 takes a strike on the inside corner. This is also that moment where I will try to speak something into existence. We haven't seen Hansen hit a homer in a while. His last home run came in the Friday against Texas Tech. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I feel like a lot of her home runs come in clutch moments.
Well, it wouldn't be bad to put this game in run rule territory. March 15th was Hansen's last home run. She'd actually hit him in back-to-back games, March 10th and March 15th. Iowa State and Texas Tech. Here's the 1-1. Pop foul off the netting, right of home plate. So it's a 14-game homerless streak for K9. She's behind on the count here, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-2 from to Hansen Grounded sharply to third. Nice play by Rolland. Throws to first. Gets her inning over. Sooner strand, the base is loaded. We head to the fifth innings, brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of our restaurants. Visit halsmith.com to learn more. 4-0 Sooners. 4 runs on just 3 hits. But the walks as the first pitch to Shelby Smith is in for strike 1. Oklahoma, as an offense, has drawn 7 walks today. The 0-1 in for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. But again, there is that overarching concern because of what? Runners left on base. Sooners have stranded 8 here today. The 0-2 pitch misses up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kirsten's doing a really good job today. I'm very impressed.
A couple really good outings in a row now for Kirsten Deal. Here comes the 1-2. Grounded sharply towards short. Jennings backs up for the big hop, makes the play, long throw, got it. 1 away. Shelby Smith is retired. She's 0 for 2 on the game. Here's Bree Cantu, the only base runner that Houston has had here today was a Bree Cantu second inning walk. That's it. Goose eggs everywhere across the scoreboard except that error category, where they've committed 2. First pitch in for a strike. Ooh. Deal's cooking.
It's nice to see the pitching rotation kind of work out this weekend with Kelly Maxwell starting us off Friday, Saturday using Nicole May and Peyton Monticelli.
0-1. Line drive down for a hit. Right field. They'll fake the throw to first. And there's the first hit of the game. It comes with 1 out in the 5th. And it's Cantu, who has been not only one of the more consistent Cougar performers this season, but she is the only Cougar to reach base here today. Here's Bethany Aguilar. First pitch, a little bit out. So you know what happens after you give up your first hit, right? Aguilar takes care of you by grounding into like a smooth little 6-4-3 double play.
We'll see a double play here.
Maybe even like a 4-6-3 double play.
Hodge, she hasn't worked her middle play yet.
Pop foul off the net.
She's been pretty good at covering ground up the middle.
That ends a streak for Kirsten Deal of 10 1/3 innings of no-hit ball. She pitched 6 no-hit innings against Tulsa on Tuesday night as the 1-1 misses high 2-1. 4 1/3 no-hit innings tonight. 6 + 4 in the third. So 10 1/3 no-hit innings for Kirsten Deal comes to an end with a 5th inning single by Bree Cantu, and there's 1 away. Here's the 2-1. A little bit low. 3 balls and a strike.
And it was still a pretty good pitcher's pitch that Cantu got a hold of.
Mm-hmm. Three balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. She swung at ball 4, strike 2. That's got to make Kristen Vesley frustrated down in that third base coach's box.
Really good placement. Right at the eyes. It's tough to lay off that.
Final in Waco, Baylor has swept the series from UCF. They win both games today, 1-0. Here's the 3-2. Line foul down the right side. That is a bit surprising considering that UCF is probably one of the hottest teams in the Big 12 heading into this weekend. They had the longest winning streak and conference play going, and they get swept by a team below them in the standings. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Cold strike three. Aguilar started to walk down to first base, but no, says home plate umpire Kaylee Young. Strikeouts this season brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Just a very delayed call on that. Kind of had everybody on their toes.
Very, very, very delayed call on that.
Aguilar was on her way.
7th strikeout of the game. And it looks like we're going to see our first pinch hitter of the game. And for Brooke Lorenzo, they're going to go with Katie Rappa. Saw Katie Rappa here last night. Got a pinch hit appearance, grounded out. Here's the first pitch to the right-handed hitting senior, and it's in for a strike. Four runs on 3 hits for the Sooners, but as we mentioned, 7 drawn walks. Pitch high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So far, though, a 1-hit gem from Kirsten Deal has kept Houston at bay. One ball, 1 strike. Right on the outer edge, strike 2. I like that pitch call. Kaylee Young says, let's go. We're at an hour, 37 minutes. We should be on a bus halfway home. 1 ball and 2 strikes. With a runner at first and 2 away, 4-zip Sooner lead. The pitch from Kirsten Deals. Fouled back. The longest active winning streak in the Big 12. You know who it belongs to right now?
Oklahoma State?
Texas.
Oh.
9 in a row now for Texas. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Little low. Sooners looking to make it 5 straight after their loss to BYU last week, and that would be the second longest winning streak in the Big 12. Tied with Oklahoma State if they hold off Texas Tech today. Here's the 2-2. Line to center field. Coleman's got a beat, makes the catch, inning over. Destiny McElroy, it seems like the gap is larger than that for some reason. The Sooners need to drop the hammer here. First pitch to Avery Hodge. Lays down a bunt. Was it too hard? Being charged by Rollin. Throws to first. They got her. 1 away. Nice play by Rollin. Here comes Torres. Love's Travel Stops is the presenting sponsor of Sooner Softball. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And today's game is brought to you by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. Here's Alina Torres. This is the 3rd plate appearance of the game for Torres. First pitch, a little bit low and away. 4 runs on 3 hits for the Sooners. No runs on a hit. 2 errors for Houston. Here's the 1-0 to Alina Torres. Headed home. Reaches, pokes it foul, and out of play. That hit off the overhang and rolled back a bit. Good standing room only crowd again today. Sunday afternoon here at the best ballpark in all of college softball as the 1-1 misses outside to him.
What is that section for? Is that allocated to somebody?
Which one's that? The where my man Senior OU is sitting?
Is he in there? Right to the yeah.
That had been a media overflow seating.
Okay.
But And now it's empty.
And to the left of him, that's a separate section.
Low. Yeah, it is. There's two separate areas there. It's it's kind of an optical illusion. And what Destiny is talking about is above the lower bowl seating, there's like table seating, if you will.
It's like counter space.
Yeah. Same thing in center field, too. That's actually two different suite areas in center field, not just four split up. Torres grounds one sharply back up the middle. Lorenzo backs up on it, throws high, but Cantu stays on the bag for the second out. And with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth inning, here's Riley Boone. My goodness, the Sooner offense has gone stagnant here since the third inning.
Stagnant and, again, no energy. I don't feel much coming from the dugout. Normally they're a lot louder, a lot more cheering going on.
First pitch to Boone, a little soft slap. Nobody's going to get there. Boone beats it out. That's what you needed. Riley Boone just places that perfectly, Destiny.
That was perfect. Just seeing the placement there, I feel like she wrote that out. That was a script she executed perfectly. Seeing Aguilar playing a little bit deep for second base, but placing that ball right in between Smith and Cantu, the pitcher and first baseman. She had to charge that.
Here's Ella Parker. First pitch is low for a ball. Parker has been all over the place today, despite not being credited with a hit. Well, they did give her a hit. Good. I thought they were going to rule an error. Well, she led off the game with a double, you dummy. Leadoff double, scored a run. Fielder's choice in an E6. So she is 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. And on a hit and run, she fouls this one off. So, yeah, first inning double. She scored on the RBI, the 2-run triple from Brito. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the second. And in the fourth, she led off the error that was made by Lorenzo at short. She bats with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth inning. Sooners up 4-0. Boone at first. Pitch. That ball's hammered. Deep to center field. It's either gone or off the top of the wall. They're going to say it's off the top of the wall. Parker slides in with a double. Boone scores from first. It's 5-0 Sooners. How did that ball stay in the yard?
My God.
Did it?
What in the world? I mean, that hit off the very tip top of the fence.
We're getting a replay of it here.
I don't know how that stayed in play.
I think it was a home run. Where's my man Kyle Davis? He usually has a good freeze frame on that. Well, we'll say RBI double for now. Here is T.R.A. Jennings, and that's what it'll be as Jennings takes the first pitch for strike one. I don't know how that stayed in the yard. But it's something the Sooner offense desperately needed after going scoreless in the third and the fourth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That misses low, 1-1. Five-0 Sooners. Bottom of the fifth inning. Coleman waits on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch to the Sooner shortstop. It's looped into left field. Oh, what a play. Racing out by Lorenzo, the shortstop, to make the catch and end the innings. A gem of an afternoon for Kirsten Deal. Sooners lead at 5-0 as we head to the sixth. Along with Destiny McElroy, I'm Chris Plank. She'll get the top of the lineup for Houston, but how impressed have you been with what Kirsten Deal has done here today?
I'm very impressed, and I'm pumped that she has performed so well in her last 2 outings, really. I think these are the things that Coach Gasso and Jen Rocha needs to see from her is, can we count on you to be a closer on the Sunday games? She's performed really well. I think she's hitting her spots really well, and just working in her rise ball. I think she's getting these hitters fooled.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Strike one. This is actually in the lineup where Holsley's spot was, the 9-hole hitter, as the 1 misses a little up and away. 1 ball, 1 spot. And this is the second time this weekend that we've seen Dumas. Zaquan Dumas, who swings through, strike 2. Which had one of the most unique phonetic spellings I've ever seen in my life. Capital Z-E-H and then Q-U-H-W-A. What? Rhymes with claw. There's the 2-2 as that misses up and away. Dumas hitting 133 on the season, but in those opportunities she's had as a leadoff hitter, she's hitting 300. Trying to be just the third base runner of the game for Houston, and she takes ball 3 high. Sooners have gone with the same defense throughout. Boone in left, Coleman in center, Pickering in right, with Brito at third, Jennings at short, Hodge at second, Torres at first. The battery of Deal and Hansen. Foul straight back on a good cut on that 3-2 pitch by Dumas. Full count again. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Deal. Swing and a miss. It popped out of the glove of Hansen, who picks it up, throws to first, and there's one away. There is another strikeout. And Holsey, Holsey's spot in the lineup is now 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. First pitch fouled back. Strike 1 to and another new face in the lineup for the Houston Cougars. Amanda Carden getting her first plate appearance. Comes here with 1 out in the 6th. No balls and a strike, this lefty-lefty matchup. Low. A ball and a strike. Carden, a 200 hitter on the season, just 4 for 20. One ball, 1 strike. Grounded back to Deal. Nice job again by Kirsten. Throws to first. 2 away. She's been good fielding her position, too.
I was just getting ready to say that. She looks good. Every opportunity right back at her, she's able to make a play.
And 2 away for another first-time plate appearance on the day. Wilkins, who came in for Thomas defensively last inning. First pitch grounded to third, backhanded by Brito. Throws a strike to Torres to end the 6th. Wow. What a play by Alyssa Brito. 1, 2, 3, top half of the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Oklahoma 5, Houston nothing. Today's game broadcast is presented by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
Introducing Whataburger's new Bacon Steakhouse Double. With creamy steak sauce, crispy fried onions, aged cheddar, and crunchy bacon, this is a special occasion burger. But what is a special occasion? A day at the park? That's special. Your Friday meeting getting canceled? Special. Uninterrupted alone time spent with your innermost thoughts swirling through your consciousness? Sure. Why not? Any occasion can be a special occasion with the Bacon Steakhouse Double. Available only at Whataburger for a limited time.
When a power line goes down, the safest distance is further than you think. Power from a downed line can travel through trees, water and ice, and even the ground. You don't have to touch the line to get seriously hurt, so stay as far away as you can. Anything power lines are touching can be dangerous, including the ground. Let's live safely together. Learn more at oge.com/safety tips.
Phillips 66 and Conoco are there for those who never stop going, like Mike, before a first date.
Ready, set, go! Oh no, why did I eat spaghetti right before my date with Samantha? This sauce is never coming out. That's okay, this is why you left an hour early. I'll just run home, here's a shirt, but wait, it's bedazzled. Where did I even get this? Yes, finally a clean button down. Really, another red light? Okay, parking and running, and here's my movie ticket, and... Whew, just in time.
There's go in everything you do. Phillips 66 and Conoco are there to fuel all the ways you go, go, go.
Here we go. Jada Coleman in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sooners up 5-0. Will lead it off and take the first pitch on the inside corner for strike one. Jada is 0 for 1 on the day. Has walked twice. And, I mean, you think about this. This could be a 3-zip game if you don't have Butte drop a ball in left field right now. The 0-1. Coleman, who looks like she's been reaching on that outer edge all game long, swings and fouls it off for strike two. Sooner Softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. Today's game is brought to you by Holston Tax Resolution and Accounting. That's Destiny McElroy. I'm Chris Plank. Kelly's our producer back in the Learfield studios, and Kristen Vesley is walking out with her arms extended to Kaylee Young. I don't know what the problem could be here, but seems like there was a re-entry on the lineup card. Oh, okay, yeah, they're re-entering 44. So they're putting Halsey back in the game out in right field. No balls and 2 strikes. Good catch by Vesley as the pitch to Coleman is ripped foul off that outer edge again.
She's chasing. Jada Coleman really going after that outside pitch. Not her best swings.
No balls and 2 strikes.
I feel like Kaylee Young behind the plate has been pretty consistent. I don't know that there's a reason for her to reach that far out of the zone.
Here's the 0-2 to Coleman. Almost hits her on a ball that skips, and Jada gets to take a little walk. One ball and 2 strikes. That wind has been constant, but not a difference maker here today. Here comes the 1-2. Coleman reaches, grounds this one softly back to Smith. She'll throw to first, and there's one away. It just has appeared that Jada's been a little bit off in the batter's box today. Alyssa Brito led things off in her first plate appearance of the day. A triple, drove in 2 runs, grounded out to short in the second, flied out to center in the 4th. She bats here with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-0 Sooners. Pitch to Brito. A little bit out, ball 1.
And we're spoiled.
Yeah, you're right.
Jada hasn't had, she just hasn't been Jada-like, I feel like.
Very unfair. You're right.
But she's still hitting 422.
That's right. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Brito. Takes it outside.
And we are very spoiled. We're looking at Avery Hodge with a .314 batting average being the lowest in the lineup. That's still very good.
2 balls and no strikes. Brito swings and rips it down the third baseline, fair into the left field corner. Rounding first and heading towards second is Brito. It's another extra base hit for Alyssa Brito. Her second of the game.
I feel like something's off here because that would normally send some fire through the dugout, through Brito on second. I'm used to seeing Brito just get loud and throw her arms in the air and just be a lot more excited. I don't know what's going on.
Here's Cassidy Pickering. 3 plate appearances, 3 walks, and there's strike 1. Fans do not like that. No balls and a strike. Brito at second now. Here's the pitch to Pickering. Way outside. I mentioned what's going on in the Big 12. Haven't really looked across the country too much. Florida has won the series over South Carolina. They won that game this morning 7-6. Here's a 1-1 pitch to the left-handed hitting Pickering. Pops it foul down the left field line, slicing out of play. We mentioned Texas with a 7-zip win over Kansas. Arkansas shuts out Alabama 8-0. One ball and 2 strikes. Pitch clock is at 8. Pickering waits. Here it comes. She takes ball 2. LSU and Tennessee locked in a good one. Tennessee has just taken a 2-zip lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that big rubber game in Knoxville. Here comes the 2-2 to Pickering, way up high, ball 3. UCLA getting ready to start against Stanford, going for the sweep in that series over the number 3 team in the country. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Pickering. Ball 4. Cassidy Pickering, 4 plate appearances, 4 walks. And in Kinsey Hansen's spot, here's Riley Ludlam on her senior day.
Really good at bats from Pickering, too. Fouling some stuff off and really working through the count, making these pitchers work.
Little delay here as Coach Gasso inserts Ludlam into the lineup. They're celebrating Riley's senior day here today. So you had the Riley Ludlam posters as we came into the stadium. Q Lilio has moved into the on-deck circle. Coach Gasso pointing out how impressed she's been with Lilio. And now here comes the Houston contingent to slow everything down. Hope Troutwine will walk to the circle. Kristen Vesley will bring her infield together. Well, it's 5-0. We're at the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Riley Ludlam's senior day.
Calling it?
No. Because
you're just thinking it.
Has Oklahoma only hit 1 home run this weekend? Is the only home run the Alina Torres home run? Because they didn't have one yesterday.
Yeah.
Sooners have hit just 1 home run this weekend. Now, the wind has not necessarily been their friend. The one by Tiare Jennings, 2 of them might have been gone. I still think the Ella Parker shot was a home run. But no one else seems to agree with me on that. I will go to the mattresses on that one. But it'd be a cool time to see it happen right here. Coach Gasso has told the great story many times about how the Sooners reached out to Riley Ludlam, and when she answered the phone. She didn't believe it was Coach Gasso who called her.
That is
And then-
the best story.
She kind of started panicking and hyperventilating a little bit, but she's been a good piece for the Sooners. 350 average for Ludlam, 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. First and second, one away. Back to action, the pitch to Ludlam. Almost hits her, ball 1. Nine more stranded for the Sooners today. I like to bring up negative numbers, but that's a little bit concerning. One ball and no strikes. Ludlam digs in. The pitch. Strike 1 right down the middle. Five runs on 6 hits for the Sooners. Houston has been shut out on just 1 hit, but 2 Cougar errors had led to 2 Sooner runs. Here's the 1-1 to Ludlam, grounded foul. I have a problem with the action clock with the way that it has gone here. You've got to be in the batter's box by 10 as a hitter,
Yeah.
but then the pitcher can just stand there and wait.
out.
And as long as they get going before 1 on the action clock, they're good. This is the first time it's really bothered me, I think, this year.
Friday night was rough.
Yeah. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ludlam. Ripped foul again down the third baseline. And again, this is what appears to be, I'm really kind of triple stamp the double stamp here. It doesn't appear as if they are not. Houston isn't using a pitch watch. They're going with the old series of numbers. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ludlam. Grounded towards third, foul. Again, same spot almost every time. And to her credit, it's almost as if Shelby Smith heard us, and she's kind of picked up her pace a little bit. I heard you guys in the booth saying I need to speed up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Riley Ludlam, headed home. Looped on the infield, and it's caught. What are you doing, Cassidy Pickering? Gets tagged out for a double play to end the inning. Weird play to end the bottom half of the 6th inning as we welcome you to the 7th. Sooners 5, Houston nothing. The infield pop-up by Riley Ludlam was called by the first baseman, Cantu. And I don't know if Pickering either thought there were 2 outs or heard Coach Steele over at first say the exact opposite of what she needed to do. But with the ball in the air, she just kept going to second base and was easily doubled off.
I'm wondering if she thought it hit the ground. I don't know.
That's good
weird.
too. Maybe it was. Maybe she thought it had hit the ground. Regardless, Kirsten Deal looking to finish off a solid outing here as we go to the 7th. 5-0. The Sooners lead Houston. Jada Coleman's day is done. Riley Boone moves to center. Hannah Core is out in left. Pickering stays in right. Torres at first, Hodge at second, Jennings at short, with Brito at third. Ludlam comes in to catch. Deal will look to wrap it up in the circle. And Jasmine Rollin is slated to lead things off here for the Sooners. It'll be Rollin, Taria Coleman, and Shelby Smith. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Take a taste. Coca-Cola, official partner of the Sooners. And OG&E, we energize life. So here's the first pitch to Rollin, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 5-0 Sooners. First pitch low, ball 1. Head down to the field for our post-game conversation with head coach Patty Gasso. Would imagine coach a little bit frustrated. Not with Kirsten Deal. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
No, she will not be frustrated with Kirsten Deal. This is a heck of a performance.
Deal looking for her 10th win of the season. 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike two. So far credited with 8 strikeouts, which jives with my scorebook, which is a good sign. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The left-handed hitting Rollin waits deep in the box, way outside on the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crowd claps in unison. Missed low on the 2-2, ball 3 on a pitch that looked like it might be strike 3. OU looking for its 18th win at home against just 2 losses. And their 18th conference win as well to keep them a game ahead of Texas. Full count pitch popped up. Right field, this one's got some juice at the wall, though. Pickering circles under it, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. She got under it, and that ball looked like it might carry a little deeper than we first thought off the bat.
I think the wind kept that one in a little bit.
Here's Taria Coleman, who's 0 for 2 on the day, the one-time Sooner. Had a hit here last night, her only hit of the weekend. Houston has just 1 hit that came in the 5th inning. First pitch swinging, fouled off. Bree Cantu walked in the 2nd and then singled in the 5th, and that's it. No balls and a strike. 5-0 Sooners, top of the 7th. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Deal. Missed low, 1-1. I'm sure there's probably a little bit surprised by Oklahoma's inability to truly separate today. I don't know what else to say to that. You're not alone.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
they've had some chances.
Yeah.
1-1. Grounded fair down the third baseline, cut off before it gets to the corner by Core. What a job by Hannah Core, who then throws a strike back in to Avery Hodge. Just the 2nd hit of the game. Coleman goes the opposite way, and that ball somehow stays fair on the chalk. And here's Shelby Smith.
That was a really hard hit ball. I mean, Brito didn't even have time to try to make a play.
Here's the starting pitcher last night, came in relief today. Shelby Smith actually has been decent in the circle. First pitch low and away. Of all the things we haven't talked about, through all the walks and all the opportunities that Oklahoma has had, Shelby Smith in 5 2/3 has only allowed 3 runs, and 1 of those is earned. There's strike 1. But in 5 2/3, she's thrown 107 pitches, and only 60 of those are strikes. She has walked 6. A 1-1. Pop foul off the net for strike 2. Crowd stayed around today. The 1-2 pitch to Smith. Fouled off again. We didn't mention it. I feel like we did. Ludlam in now behind the plate. Big story was Jada Coleman not starting last night, but 2nd straight game we haven't seen Sid Sanders at all for the Sooners. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Deal. Low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kristen Vesley Stalking that third base coach's box for Houston. Hope Troutwine looks on, the Sooner champion in the first base coach's box. Houston's pitching coach. 2-2, swing and a miss. 9th strikeout of the game. 2 away.
Yeah, without Sidney Sanders, we've kind of opened up a little three-way competition on the right side of the field with Hodge and Torres, and Sidney Sanders got to find her way back in, and Hodge and Torres have been pretty competitive.
First pitch, ball away to Bree Cantu. Cantu walked in the second, singled, and was stranded in the 5th. As Kirsten Deal looks to put a cap on this gym today. Here's the 1-0. Strike, right on the outer edge. Good job by Riley Ludlam. Brought it up just a bit. A ball and a strike. 5-0 Sooners. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Deal. Swing and a miss. I think it'd be only fitting for Kirsten Deal that the final out of the game is the one matter for Houston. She's been unable to retire so far today. Bree Cantu. The crowd claps in unison. The 1-2 up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Five runs on 6 hits for the Sooners today, but they have drawn 8 walks. The 2-2. Cold strike 3. What a gem from Kirsten Deal. A complete game 2-hitter. 10 strikeouts, and Oklahoma sweeps the weekend from Houston. Final score, Sooners 5, Cougars 0.